Yeah. Hi, this is Joseph with VLA Aesthetics, Skin Perfect Brothers. Today, we're gonna talk about lip flip, how to shorten the upper lip. I'm gonna do two portions. One is anatomy, right? Know the anatomy, know where the arteries, number one, coming from, know the depth. What's the issue if you put fillers in the artery? It's bad. Tissue could die, you could cause visual issues. So, when we're working in this area, note that the facial artery comes up from the external carotid artery. It hugs along the border and identify the antagonal notch, just a notch there. So it's traveling deep there on top of the bone, then kind of wiggles this way. It's wiggling in a deep layer behind the zygomatic major, minor. Now, I'm gonna draw, it comes this way. And then it comes this way. Okay? Now let's just talk about the upper. Key number one is never 4 millimeter deeper. It's never deeper than 4 millimeters, so it's very superficial. Therefore, when we're working in this region, you have to be very superficial. The key word is submucosal, very above the artery, very superficial. Okay, and second, part of the artery travels this way and goes in here. Since we're gonna inject here, the artery is bone, skin, right there in the restral space, the artery is mid-depth. Okay, so you want to put the needle right on top of the bone, superperiosteally aspirated, okay? Of all the facial structure, this is the area that's the most dangerous. You have to be very experienced to treat. This area is eye treatment, forehead. It's actually safer than this area, yet everybody injects here all the time. So second keyword here is super, right on top of the bone, okay? So here, very superficial, submucosal. Here, deep down to the bone, above it, all right? And just to top it off, finish, this actually connects right into the eye, okay? We've done this nearly 20 years, safe, and so she's gonna be totally fine. So you want someone to mentor you through this process. Okay. We're gonna do the 3-step upper lip shortening procedure. First, I'm gonna use the filler in this region, then I'm gonna put it here, second region. Zeoman always comes last in every procedure, okay? So I'm going to treat the vermilion border pinch. And look, it has to show. See, the needle has to be so superficial. It's called submucosal, okay? When you tint it, you can see where the needle is, okay? And I'm gonna give a little drop right there. And as slow as you can. Okay, and then I'm gonna push it up a little bit. Okay, and I give her a little bit at the Cupid's bow right here. Give her some definition. I'm gonna treat the philtrum. So lift the philtrum, look up from me. You're gonna lift the philtrum and you enter it through here. Always treat more proximally than distal. So I'm gonna put a tiny drop there. Okay, very little, distally. And I'm gonna put a little bit more here at the GK point. Okay. And people have tears, sometimes it's not because of pain, it's just a reflex. And you can already see that this lip is flipping out a little bit more, and she has a little bit definition there, and a little bit philtrum. And From this point, you can see the distance here. It's just a little bit shorter, and there's a flip. Now I'm going to treat the piriform fossa region of the restal space. So you can use cannula or needle. So since the artery is coming this way, okay, if you want to jump on top of the bone here, place the product there. So this is for from Swift. Okay, so you move the nose, you do 45 degrees. The needle aims toward the mouth corner. Okay, and then you just kind of enter slowly, right there. And I'm tapping the bone now, tap. And it's best to do just a quick aspiration. And then, look how, okay, come closer. I want to show how slow the product should go in. A good injector is a slow injector, a safe injector, okay? See how slow the product goes in? And you're looking at the nose tip and here to make sure there's no blanching or spasm. See how slow that should go in, okay? And this is a sweet spot, we call it, because if you look at this, this actually enhance, not only lift the lip a little bit, it actually sometimes narrow the nostril, improve the eye hollow, and decrease the laugh line, and give you that V lift. Okay, you can see this area is more lifted. So it has multiple benefit. Okay, all right. Now, I'm just gonna treat the left side and we'll show you the before after, okay? All right, so you can see that we're doing this for the lip art, and because we put it in the sweet spot, they call it, you can see a lot of improvement. You can see that this whole area here is more lifted, and the eye's looking a little bit better, the laugh line is improved, so this whole area kind of lifts. So that's part of the V-lift technique, where we actually put products there in the, right here, okay, in the rest of space. Please do that safely. Have someone look through you, read the article, look at the anatomy, and do this 5 times with someone who's experienced, and you're gonna do great. We're doing the shortening of the ergo thread. There's 3 steps. The first step is using fillers in the central region of the lip. It has to be extremely submucosal, very superficial, versus later it's gonna be deep when we treat the rest of space. Notice this, that's not blanching. I mean, in a way it is, but it's a good blanching, showing you that you can see the needle. It's not the artery that's blocked, it just shows you how superficial things should be to avoid the, putting product in the artery. And then I'm gonna put a little bit drop here. I'm doing this really slowly to show people that the technique, and then I'm gonna put a drop in the philtrum column right there. Again, with the philtral column, you want to put a little bit deeper, less on the surface, more right here at the GK point. This is a thick filler, high G prime, so it has high extrusion force, and therefore when we try to push it in, there's a little bit shaking, and that's okay, because you're trying to get the product out of that tiny bevel. So again, superficial there. Here's deep, so 45 degrees, okay, and right on top of the bone. Okay, so our teams Our team's gonna take a after photo. All right. All right, so in Caucasian, the thickness upper lip should be 1. Ratio in comparison to the lower lip should be 1 to 1.68. Okay? And so I'm going to make sure that happens. All right, so the last step, third step, is doing the lip flip to shorten the ergo trick. So first I identified the Cupid's bow, which is here. And this point, the highest point is it's called the GK point. So you identify that point and you put a drop as close to it as possible. This is the GK point, and you put it right there. It has to be extremely superficial. If you put it on a surface, it'll flip. If you put too deep, the lip elevators are deactivated, and then the lip will drop instead of lift. Again, you look at this point right there, Cupid's bow, GK point, superficially. And usually just put about 1 to 2.5 units. Okay, thank you for watching.
Make sure you comment, like, and subscribe. If you have any questions, make sure to include them in the comments as well. Thank you for watching.